What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about how you can develop a $10,000 a month skill set and how you can actually use that skill set to go and earn more money, make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 plus. Really, as far as you want to take this, you can do this using some of the simple frameworks that I'm going to go through in this video. It's going to be very short, very sweet, because to be honest with you, there's no, magic formula that I'm going to share with you guys that you haven't heard before. It's just the basics and the fundamentals and some of the frameworks that I've used in my life to go and earn $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month plus, in business, working with companies, being an employee, an employer, all the above. I'm going to give you guys some simple frameworks that you can use in order to actually develop that skill set that works in the real world. This isn't just, something I read in a book or saw an article about. This is stuff that's actually applicable and stuff that I've done and that I've proven in my own life. And I know for a fact it's going to help you guys out in your life as well. So I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you do, please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. Again, we're a growing channel. We're trying to make this work. Trying to put out as much content as I possibly can, just helping, a lot of the younger guys in particular who are trying to come up in the world and make things happen. So if you guys can support the channel, that would be much appreciated. I would love that you guys do that. So back to the topic at hand, right? You guys want to make $10,000 a month and you don't know what to do and you need a skill set in order to do that. First of all, that's exactly what it is. The more skilled you are, the more money you will make. It really is that simple in life. The people who have the highest skill sets make the most money. That's just all there is to it. If you're a really good communicator, you're going to make a ton of money. If you're a really good marketer, really good advertiser, you're going to make a lot of money. If you're a really good salesperson, you're going to make a lot of money. You get the idea, right? So you have to prioritize building your skill set above almost everything else, because that really is the key to you unlocking more success, right? So keep that in mind. Understand that, right? Okay, so in order to develop a high-value skill set that you can make a lot of money with, we first have to identify, okay, what's that skill that we want to learn? This is something that I can't answer for you. You have to do your own research and look this up and figure this out and ask yourself what you want to do. If you're a good communicator or you're a decent communicator, then you might want to look into sales. You can make a lot of money in sales. If you're a more analytical person who's just good with numbers and is good in front of a keyboard and, is good at reading data, you should, look into being a marketer or anything else like that. I mean, for example, again, you guys know if you follow this channel, I've been in marketing and advertising for close to 10 years. This is really kind of my bread and butter. I've been doing this for a long time. I spend over, $3.5 million a month on advertising, working with clients all around the country. This is something that took me a long time to figure out, right? Again, I've been doing this for almost a decade, right? I'm 27 years old now. I've been doing this for, I think, like 8.5, close to 9 years, right? In some way, shape, or form. So it takes a long time. And I feel like I'm just now starting to kind of hit my rhythm and be able to, gain some real traction in my life financially, because I've been going at this for such a long time without really seeing any results. So it's going to take a long time as well. And that's something that nobody is going to tell you because it's not sexy, right? It's going to be tough for someone to sell you a $999 course on how to be successful. And inside of that course, they're saying, oh, well, by the way, you're going to have to wait 10 years in order for you to do this. It's not a very good selling point, but that's just the reality. It's going to take you 5 to 10 years minimum in order for you to really recognize some real success in your journey. So keep that in mind as well. But in order for us to determine a high value skill, we have to understand what is a high value skill and what is something that's actively in demand. Sales, marketing, leadership, those are 3 skills that are always in demand. There's also AI and other tools like that are coming out that obviously are a massive thing in this world and are only going to get bigger and bigger. Learning to code, learning to be a software engineer, learning AI, all these different things are very, very much in high demand right now. And if you can get ahead of those skills, especially as a young guy or girl, then you're going to be in great shape for the rest of your life, right? Because that's going to be one of the fastest growing industries probably of all time, not just out there right now. So identify whatever it is that you want to do. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you need to commit to this for at least 3 years. And that's just the reality. You probably should commit to this for 5 to 10 years. And when I say commit, I mean, sit down with a pen and paper and legitimately ask yourself, hey, this is going to require a lot of sacrifice. This is not going to be an easy journey. This is going to involve a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of times where you're stressed out beyond your mind and you're just losing your entire mind altogether. Is this worth it to me? And if the answer is yes, because again, this is going to be very difficult, but it is worth it. And if the answer is yes, I'm willing to commit to this, then you need to actually commit and understand that you're going to be holding yourself accountable to the adherence of this plan, whatever that plan is, right? I'm not coming and knocking on your door saying, hey, are you doing this? Did you do all your stuff today? Nobody's going to come and hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable here. So you have to commit. Step number 2, commit to whatever it is that you want to do, the skill that you want to learn, commit to that for multiple years at a time, right? Ideally 3 years, because that's going to give you enough time for you to be able to get your feet underneath you and be able to figure out at least the basics of whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's going to take you a lot longer in order to become an expert. And, the big money, that's all that comes from being an expert, right? Elon Musk is an expert. Jeff Bezos is an expert. Any successful Richard Branson is an expert, right? And a lot of different things, right? So you just have to understand that becoming an expert in your field, that is the end goal. Because again, like I said earlier, developing your skill set is going to lead to higher income and higher earning capacity. That's how you make more money. You have to develop your skill set. That's all there is to it, right? So commit to your skill set, commit to your goal, write it out on a piece of paper, put it in front of you every single day, and don't let yourself forget about it. Don't be lackadaisical when it comes to your goal. I mean, I don't need to keep going through this. It's simple stuff, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. Write it down, commit to whatever it is that you're trying to learn, and understand it's going to take a long sacrifice in order for you to get to where you want to go, right? Next thing you need to do, you need to immediately invest into your education on this skill set. Watching YouTube videos, reading books, paying mentors, going to conferences, speaking to people, reaching out to people online, DMing people who are successful or people who are in some of these groups that are on the same journey as you, right? These are all the things, asking ChatGPT, these are all the things that you guys need to do on a daily basis in order to speed up this learning curve as much as possible. These are the things that I did, and I promise you it helped move me along much faster than, if I just jumped into business and tried to figure it out, without consuming new information, right? When you don't know what you're doing, you have to overwhelm yourself with new information on that specific subject, right? So you have to just jump in the deep end, learn as much as you possibly can with that, right? Number 4, you need to get your hands on a project to where you can actually start developing experience with this, right? This is kind of where there's a fork in the road between, entrepreneurship and doing your own thing versus working for someone else. If you're smart, in my opinion, what you should do is you should go work for somebody else for a year or two to learn exactly how this business works, to learn how this skill set works in the real world, and go work for somebody, get paid to learn, which is exactly what a job is. You're getting paid to learn that skill, learn from the mentors that are there that are doing this, learn from those people, and then if you want to, then leave that job and go do your own thing. But I promise you, one of the biggest regrets that I have in my life is coming out of college and just starting a marketing agency when I've never worked in a marketing agency. I've never done marketing before. It's just what I wanted to do. But I didn't have any real experience doing it, right? And it took me a lot longer to get where I am today versus if I would have come out of college and gotten an internship or a job. Who cares if I was making any money? But I would have been able to work in that agency for, a year, 2, 3 years and be able to gain valuable experience working inside that environment, meeting those types of people, seeing how they speak to clients, seeing how they handle these different interactions. And I would have had a lot more valuable experience that would have moved me along a lot faster. Get it? This is how it works, right? So we want to get our hands on projects as quickly as we possibly can. Start applying for, gigs on Upwork, start reaching out to people on Fiverr, start doing all kinds of stuff, anything you can to be able to start working on projects. Who cares if you're getting paid right now? You just need some kind of experience, right? And number 5, you need testimonials and case studies, which is what's going to help you really accelerate your skill set and be able to monetize that, because nobody wants to work with some random guy who just watched a YouTube video and says he can do something for your business. Nobody trusts that guy. People trust people who have been doing whatever it is that they do for a long time. If I'm a business and I'm looking to hire a marketer, I'm not going to hire the guy who just took a Tai Lopez course, which is, by the way, what I did when I first started. I'm not going to hire some random guy who just took a course and says he can do this because he watched a video, right? I'm going to hire the guy that's been doing this for a long time, the guy who's been doing this for over 10 years, who has all the connections, all the experience, has all kinds of different case studies he's worked with, all kinds of different big brands that he's worked with, blue chip accounts that he's delivered results for. That's who I want to work for, or work with, rather. And that's the type of person you have to become. So you have to get your hands on projects as early as possible so that you're not just stuck in that period to where you're just learning and not ever doing anything, because that's not going to help you either. You have to jump in the deep end and start applying some of the stuff that you learn as quickly as you possibly can. That's how you do it. It's not one or the other. It's not just working your ass off without learning, and it's not just learning your ass off without working, right? You have to do both. And if you do both of these for a very long time, I promise you, you are going to be very successful. And if you just do not quit, you're going to see your effort compound. Because the thing is, guys, this isn't like a linear growth pattern. This is, if we're looking at this on like a chart in terms of like how much money you're going to make if you develop a high value skill set, it looks like a hockey stick laying on the ground, right? It's flat for a really long time. And again, this is exactly how it's worked so far in my life. So again, I'm not just like making this up. This is how it works, right? It's flat for a really long time, and then all of a sudden it starts to go up, and then it starts to go up really quick. And that's where, like the saying, like overnight success, people say that, oh, you became successful overnight. Most super successful people will say, no, dude, I worked my ass off on this for a long time with zero results. And then whenever it started to work really quickly. And that's exactly how it's been with my life, and my, success, if you want to call it that. Things have been slow for a long time. I was working my butt off for like 4 or 5 years without really making any money whatsoever. And, eventually I got to a point to where I was making a little bit of money, and then I started making 6 figures, and I started making multiple 6 figures, and then it just kind of blew up from there. So guys, you have to understand how the game works, and hopefully this is helpful to some of the newer people, the younger guys and girls that might be watching this video, because, when you first get started, you just don't know how the game works. And if you understand that, hey, this is going to take a real commitment, it's going to take multiple years, it's not like everything that I'm being told online where it's just going to happen, in a week, right? We have to be honest with ourselves and understand this is going to take a long time, and we're going to commit to becoming an expert in whatever skill that you're trying to develop. And at the end of the day, experts always make big money. And if you're trying to make big money, there's no other way around it. You're not going to trick anybody. You have to become a subject matter expert, and you have to become just a master at whatever skill you're trying to develop. And if you can do that, then I promise you guys, you're going to be able to write your own paychecks and make a whole lot of money. So anyway, guys, I hope this helps you guys out. Again, nothing like crazy groundbreaking in this video. It's just the basics, because basics produce results. And this is exactly what I've done in my life to be able to put me in a better position. And again, I'm just like you guys, to where, every single day I'm trying to get better and trying to, reach my own goals. So if you can listen to these steps and apply these in your life, I promise you it's going to help you get farther along. And if it does, I would love to hear you guys, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback on, if this is something you guys have been doing or haven't done before. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love this small little audience that we're building right here. This is a fun project for me, because again, I don't get paid for any of this. So it's just kind of a passion project for me. So I would love to hear if this helps you guys out. Again, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, like this video, show me a little bit of love. It would go a long way. So love you guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.